Guitkit crew. It's your boy Bobby G. How's the human condition doing today, man? Any suffering? I hope not. Listen to me, man. I want to get back into partscasting. Let's pretend that we all have short-term memory problems and we have no idea what this video is about, man. Right? Pretend you didn't see the title card and let's just have a mystery build for us. So, let's take a look at this special partscasting piece that just arrived and try to guess what our next project is going to be. Let me flip you around here. We can figure out, unravel this next build, folks. Something we haven't done before. Let's see what it says here on the label. It says, Jim Song Dong, Hong Kong City Pin Hall, Long Dong, second phase, Guanlong, Park Shenzhen, Shenzhen, Guangdong, China. String musical instrument. Okay, so, you know what it is? Yeah, me too. Alright, so this is actual unboxing, folks. I have not seen what's inside this. I think I know what it is, but I have never seen it. Folks, this is fucking definitely taxing on my heart, man. It's either one of two things. It's either an explosive or a guitar body. I've disarmed the Chinese package, folks. They come in peace. Let me put this on pause because this is just, you know what I mean, it's silly, but I promise you I won't let you in on it. Chin Chin. Chin Chin. See, we've seen the Mus Lady before, right? We like Mus Lady. Mus Lady was a friend of ours. Looks like Mus Lady got a little kicked around. Poor Mus Lady. Nobody kicks around Mus Lady. Nobody kicks around my little Mus Lady. Oh, nobody cuts through Mus Lady like me, man. Mus Lady, don't be mad at me if I cut your little ties. Oh, Mus Lady. Oh, Mus Lady. I like you. You're a real big horn, Mus Lady. Horny. Oh, me so horny. Me so horny, Mus Lady. Oh, now we see what you are. Now we see what you are, Mus Lady. All of us know, except for the slow kid in the back. Come on, let me take it out of the package. Maybe the slow guy. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. It's a Mustang. I knew it. It's a bass, folks. Jazz bass. Electric guitar body. Let's see the height on this guy. Let's take a look at the old height tasticles. Alright, we're coming in there. Full body again, friends. Full body again. Oh, snucker. There we go. So it's a jazz bass. Details will follow. Hey, folks. Back at you again. Suspense getting you? What kind of jazz bass is he going to build? What color is it going to be? What year? Is it going to be a fretless? Why the hell would he build a jazz bass? Well, I can't answer the last question, but I think by seeing the next mystery package, you might sort of figure out, you know what I mean. To be continued. What is this? Could it possibly be a prosthetic limb? Is it a two-piece pool cue? Who knows? Let's take a look here. So another part was a guitar body, so let's take a look at the address here. This says something to the effect of Angshi Wei Wang Tao Tong Shang Wei Feng Kang and Shu Shaw eBay. Hina. Must be China. Let's see here. Guitar part. One guitar part. Now, folks, I'm pretty curious to see what this actually is myself. You know what I mean? It took forever to get here. It was like 6 months almost. And I actually had to go back to an old friend of me, an old Chinese maker that has made many necks for me. Half of them have been great. Half of them have been horrible disappointments. So let's take a look here. I'm going to try to do this correctly to sort of balance this here. Balancing act. So I can free up my limb and give you guys a live shot. Let's see if my man has redeemed himself in the 200 months that it actually took me to get this piece See if it's any good. Take a look here. Oh, the Mustang is. So here we go, people. Look at that. He did a good job. He did a great job. Oh, good boy. Unfinished like I like it. Oh, it's so beautiful. So what is it going to be, folks? Is it going to be another Jazz Stang? Oh my goodness. I am making a 1966 Fender Jazz bass, folks, for you keep intact. I wanted to do it black finish. I want to do a faux turtle, red pickup. I'm so excited about it. I want those lollipop tuner keys. I got all the parts. If I was shaking, I got a part that was right. I'm so excited. I just can't hide it. Over to the parts. The parts, and what does it weigh? A little under 3 pounds is the body. And now, at a hair over 2 pounds is the neck. So that's what it weighs, folks. We got the weight class determined. We can move on to the proper parts video here. A couple years ago, I got these. Both, I got a P bass and a J bass, and I never used either of them. And now, luckily, I can use one. Yay! This is the part that I paid a lot of money for. Kind of a bummer, but there was kind of a rare part for a couple years. So these are real nice, though. These are Gotos. Let's take a look at them, man. Let's slap these out. Take a quick little gander in there. Oh, look at those lollipop. Oh, look at those. Nice, nice, nice. I don't want to see it. All right, I'll shut you. No, you're not gonna tell anybody, are you? You sure? You positive? You promise? Pinky swear. This brand's called White Box. It's from China. That means it's a little bit better than plastic bag. Anyway, this is the company that made the P bass pickups for me. The Jazz bass pickup probably would be just as good, I hope. I put them in the Spirit Bass of Bass Marks, and he said they were pretty good. This is pretty good, man. And I put them in the old bass I played with Poseidon, the black one. So yay. Let's hope they sound just as good. We got the pickup shield, you know what I mean? I'm also going to get the other pickup shield, you know what I mean, for the bridge cover. You know what I mean? That's a domestic part, so I'll order that when I'm almost done. Tug bar, $1 for my friends in China. It's just a couple dollars too. Not very much money spent in this build, actually, folks, except for, you know what I mean, the body and the neck, man. Cheapy, right here. Cheesebird, easy way out. No reason not to. I got to get rid of these super cheesebird knobs, though, man. A couple years ago, I got like a 30-pack for my boys at Kites, man. It's like a 30-pack, man. Little guys, big guys, small guys. Picked out real good painted lines. Some of the guys get all drunk when they're doing those lines. Oh, let's put all the people who have the shaky hands in the line painting. Another couple dollar deal. This is a pretty good knockoff of an old Fender, you know what I mean, bass bridge, man. I was thinking I was going to change out, you know what I mean, getting the threaded saddles and change out the screws and anything, but I'm getting the cover for it. So, you know, this is good enough. I'd rather have these. Nice solid, a big, nice for a bass, right? And then I had these little grub screws, you know what I mean? Slot head grubs, but I was like, you know what, I'm not even going to bother. You know what I mean? Why waste my little grubs? I'll just use what they got in there, man. It's going to be covered. You know what I mean? Any questions ever arise, you know what I'm saying? I'll just be like, look, switch it out. Set of these, one for a friend. Look at that, man. Sharing is caring. Oh, wait a minute, zoom in on this, eh? Oh, take off, eh? Zoom in on me, man. Oh, wait. Hold steady, eh? Okay, good day, eh? Oh, wait. Yeah, you're getting focused, eh? Oh, you're not focusing on me, eh? Get on me, okay, perfect. Good. I can't zoom in, eh? Okay, Take off, eh? Got it? Beauty, eh? Okay, welcome to Canadian Corner to do the intro, okay? Okay, we'll talk about neck plate. This is from my man at Custom Design, eh? Beauty, eh? It's a 66 neck plate, eh? It's looking real good, man. Canadian content. Perfectly beauty, eh? And it costs like 87 Canadian dollars, which is like about 32 American US dollars. So, good day, eh? Here, we'll take off, eh? Here, let me see it. Put it forward. Hey, wait a minute. Hey, what are you doing here? Oh, I'm taking it from you, eh? Who's holding the camera? Oh, geez, eh? Hey, it's gonna fall, eh? All right, people. So this is like a great lesson, a fender lesson for you, particularly for people that can't get the flashlight into mommy's tunnel. I'm the keymaster. You the gatekeeper? Yes. Beauty, eh? You'll be watching Strange Brew by the end of this video. Listen to me. This guy, this here's just too big for me. I just can't take it. You're gonna break me, but you don't want to break her. You know what I mean? In this case, you want to get her to shave, man. You gotta shave, man. You want to shave this part, so that's gonna hurt. You want her to shave this part. You want her to shave it evenly. Where you get a little block. This is important, people. Very, very important. Don't do this with your hand because it's gonna get all gap tooth looking. And I know gap tooth, folks. Put a block in there with some nice, you know what I mean, 200 grit, and just pull that out, and then go down, you know what I mean, 400 grit, you know what I mean, until you can get it in there properly. Make sure it's straight, you know what I mean, and lines up nice. Someone will put you on a pause and get that done correctly for you. You know what I mean? Use a block, folks. Don't be a hero. And there we go, man. Flashlight to go in mommy's tunnel. Fits in like a glove. You know what I mean? And you want to make sure it's nice and snug. It has like at least a millimeter, 0.75 millimeter for a paint, you know what I mean, room. Sort of get in there. Again, after we paint it, it's going to swell up a little bit. We'll try to keep that masked off, but you never know. So there we go, man. What we use, like I said, man, this is like a very coarse file to sort of just get the shape out. You know, Miller's file to sort of, you know, refine the shape. Sand it off with the block, like I said, and just very, very carefully do a little bit of rounding work on there, man. You want to, you know what I mean, try to keep it as round as possible. You pop this out real quick. You know what I'm saying? It looks good. It's a nice joint. You know what I'm saying? It'll paint well, it'll go well, it'll connect back up in the last moments. So there we go, peoples. See you in a bit. Work on the neck first for this build. You know what I mean? We're back in our parts casting frame of mind. Let's switch things up a little bit. Now this guitar is pretty much, this build is going to be all neck. Think about this. This basically weighs only a ½ pound less than the body. You know what I mean? When we did our weigh-in. Right? And with those huge lollipop go-to thick metal real tuners, I mean, we're putting on at least 15 pounds. So it's going to be all neck, which could be good, could be bad. You know what I mean? Kind of a bass player you are. I personally love, you know what I mean, a neck heavy guitar. Before I was playing that black precision bass that I made. You know what I mean? That's a perfect example of that. So essentially, let's do this, man. Let's get real with you. I'm gonna finish this guitar neck. I want it to look authentic, and I want it to look old, and I want it to look cool. So I'm gonna give it some acrylic color, yellow it up a little bit, and then I'm just gonna bring it outside on a nice sunny day and spray it down with lacquer, spray lacquer, any old lacquer. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna have to fish out the instrument lacquer, just something nice and sheeny. So let's get it all prepared with the acrylics, and I'll hit you up right as we're outside about to do the lacquers. Peace. Our beautiful day outside. Beautiful day outside. Got enough color on it, a little bit of acrylic. Got this old guy, man, from video 1, man. Just as that first crack and bubble. Minwax actually gave me the money back for. I think it was actually my stupid mistake, man. It was this Merlot, said like water soluble is what it said. It didn't say water based. Basically, I think the Merlot was oil based because I had some crack and bubbles, other lacquer with it. So I'm gonna give this guy another shot. About half a can left. I think I can get this neck done. I'm gonna do the front of the headstock first. flip it around, put it back on that hook, and just coat the rest of it. So I'll put you on pause and we'll come back. Oh yes, folks, the feel, smell of lacquer. So there it is. I got about 10% left in that can. I'm gonna wait for it to sort of, you know what I mean, pretty much cure, and then come back out here and give it another shot. Bring it back down to the basement, but for right now, that's all you guys need to see. Let's get working on that body. So we set, you know, a nice day, and we just put a little bit of true oil on that headstock, you know, just to bring it into the sheen mode. A little bit of oil sanding. Now we're gonna work on the body here. We gotta drill that hole for the ground. And I hate doing this kind of stuff. So I got an extension drill. I'm gonna try to like shoot it over in there, and this is always very frustrating. So anyway, wish me luck, man. I want to do this before we do the finish. You know what I'm saying? Folks, look at that. We got it in. Nice. Did not break through on this. Break on through to the other side. No holes, folks. So yeah, well, let's get this guy sanded up a little bit. Get him on the paint stick, and we're just gonna coat him some filler primer. It's a nice day today, so let's try to get this done. I'll see you when we're outside on the paint stick, folks. Peace. Beautiful day out, folks. We got her on the paint stick. We've knocked off all that nonsense, all the wonky moose lady million manufacturer marks, you know what I'm saying? It looks great, you know. So what we're gonna do right now, we got our old filler primer, you know what I'm saying? This is perfect for black lacquer, you know what I mean? Dark, opaque colors, you know, don't mess with metallics with it, you know what I mean? It's definitely a runner, a quantum leaper. So I'm gonna wait for this guy to calm down and just relax. And I'm gonna hit him up, and I'm gonna take him downstairs and hit him up a little more. I'm gonna put you on pause and show you after our first coat. So there's about one coat, one solid coat. I'm gonna let it dry for about an hour or so and come back out here and do it again. That lucky old sun. Drying that guy out, man. Nice thick coats on there. Be careful with the runs, you know what I mean? Keep the sandpaper handy. Brush it off. Steel wool action. Let's let it set out here in the beautiful sun for just a little while. We'll be back in just a jiff. Alright, so the sun is definitely setting, and it is the winter time, so we lucked out with the nice weather. So we're going to want to try to do this out, man. I got the old black lacquer. I'm going to give this guy as much as I can. Remember, in the colder weathers, it's going to be like real drippy, so you got to be real careful. Not too thick, folks. I'm going to put you on the pause and come right back at you. So we got a nice color coat on it last night, before it got too dark out. Now it is winter, it's a little colder, so it's going to run, you know what I mean, if you have it up and down. So let's give it a couple coats of paint on the horizontal tip, alright? I'll come back to you when we're all painted. So now we've coated the guy up with lacquer on both sides. Did a good job. Keep little tiny pieces like a foam brush around, you know, get the runs on the bottom of it. Just be real vigilant of runs, because these Stratocaster style bodies are like runner's dreams. Pick it up by the stick, take it off the clamps. You know, give it a good look around the sides to make sure it's done. You know what I mean? There's no missing spots. Just let it sit out here in the sun. Now that it's warming up a little bit. And bring it downstairs and let it set for a couple days before we hit it up with the steel wool and the wet sanding. Yeah. Back to this long guy here. It's almost too long for the table. So we got about 3-4 coats of true Earl on the headstock. And, you know, the back, the lacquer's all beautifully, you know what I mean, dry and ready to rock and roll. I'm not going to wet sand this. I'm going to actually oil sand it. Some mineral oil, some 1000, some 3000, and sandpaper, and just get it to a spit shine. You know what I mean? We don't care if we get mineral oil in the rosewood. That'll actually be good. We're going to put some in there in a little bit. But let's try to get this guy up to a gleam and shine while the body's curing out. So this guy is ready to put right on the neck once the body is ready. So I'm going to put you on pause and we'll come right back. Oh yes, now it's got that lacquery sheen, man. The look of the lacquer. Nice little sheen on that. But I want to tell you guys that oil sanding is really a great option if you don't want to burn through the lacquer. If you're afraid of burning through the lacquer, you know what I mean? Because oil sanding is a lot less, you know what I mean, abrasive. But it's a lot of work. And, you know what I mean, it could be a pain in the ass. But that being said, neck is pretty much ready for the decal. Now in this case, I'm just going to do the decal the same way that we did the old Telecaster project that we posted a little while back with the tape transfer trick. You know what I mean? Basically, you can check out the Telecaster video, the 53 Telecaster video, to see how I did it on that. And it's basically, you put a piece of tape over some toner, and then you get all the paper off of it by soaking it in the water, and then you put it on the headstock. But in this case, we're going to color the Fender logo gold. I have a brand new unopened gold fine tip paint marker, and I also have some brand new Testors gold, just in case the paint marker doesn't work. I haven't messed with gold yet, I only did silver, so I'm a little prepared. So we're going to put you on pause and try to do this correctly and show you what the results look like. Now, watch that Telecaster video if you want to do this, you know what I mean? And always make sure you have a very good, you know what I mean, like bass, you know what I mean, a very good, you know what I mean, you know what I'm saying, art, you know what I mean? You don't want to put something that's jacked up looking on the guitar, you know what I mean? Make sure it's correct. This one I took off a real guitar, and I spent about 2 hours in Photoshop trying to get it, you know what I mean, completely, you know what I mean, black and white. But it came out very, very good for 66. You know, not very easy to find a 66 decal. So here we go, folks. Let's give it a shot, and I'll see you when the headstock has a little personality. Try, people. Look at that. Only one decal missing. Now we can make 35,000 other 1966 jazz basses. Put a little bit of Testors decal set on the wood before we, you know, put the decal on there, and afterwards, like, you know, I showed you in the last video. Look at that. It looks great. Look at that. Oh my gosh. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. So we're gonna let this set for about a day, you know what I mean, not mess with it, and then we'll put those lollipop tuners on. And, you know, in the near future, next couple days or so, we'll start working on getting that body all ready. Peace, 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 peace. Alright, people, so we waited about a week here. And a good way to know when lacquer's like ready to be, like, you know what I mean, like fussed with, is like when you walk by it and you put your beak, like, you know what I mean, a foot away from it, if you smell like nail polish, you know what I'm saying, like a chemical in that vicinity of the nail polish variety, the lacquer variety, it's still curing. But if you put it and you don't really smell anything, and then you put it real close to it, and it smells like the gymnasium in your grammar school, it's ready to go, man. It's ready to go. It's got that gymnasium smell. So we're going to knock off all these little weird bumps. First off, we're going to use a variety of wet sanding tactics of the probably up to sort of 400 and go up to like 3,000. You know what I mean? Front and back. Don't mess with the sides. Not on Stratocasters. I mean, 2 or 3 different grades of steel wool on the sides. And then we'll steel wool the rest of all the orange peel. Right? And then we'll start doing the wet. You know what I mean? Oil sanding. After oil sanding, we'll do the polishing. And then we'll do the waxing. And then we'll go surfing USA. So I'll see you when this guy's shining like a new dime. I'm not going to just stop and go and stop and go. I'm going to see you when I'm shining. Peace. Sheeny and shiny. Like a mirror glass finish. Unlike all the parts like that are not, you know what I mean, going to be covered by the pick guard. See, you know what I'm saying? I can see the rest of myself, man. Real careful with any kind of Stratocaster shape, you know what I mean, guitar, when you're doing the edges, you can run right through. You don't want to do that. So now we got a real nice, put some carnauba wax on. I let it set a couple days down here in the basement before we manhandle it to put the electronics in. But it looks good, man. That's a pure lacquer sheen, man. Alright, your pick guard rule. Got the pick guard right here. You know what I'm saying? Everything beyond the pickguard limit is beautiful. So, see you on the flip, my trip Frip. Here we go, man. It's been about 2 weeks since the last time we spoke, man. Since we spake last. We haven't really done anything. We're just sort of letting it set out, you know what I mean? This doesn't smell like a freshly painted gymnasium now. It smells like a gymnasium halfway through basketball season. You know what I'm saying? It still has that gymnasium smell, but it's a cured smell. So we're going to put these tuners on. Lollipop, lollipop, meet your friend, Mr. Neck. I got this part here. This is actually a Fender part made right here in the great USA. The great USA by our friends in Fender. Probably on the same machinery. I got this through Musician's Friend, man. I've been using that catalog pretty much since this came out. When I was doing that Derelict Studio shit in the early days, I bought all my microphones from them real cheap. Shout out to them, man. Good for you. Good for you, Musician's Friend. Best deal online at this point. So we're going to wire this guy up. I was looking at this. It looks like volume, tone. So this is probably neck bridge. So this is one wire to each of them and then a ground. That's nice to know. Pretty simple there. Now I'm going to put these knobs on here. So let's put these knobs on here and sort of get the electronics laid out in the body. And those lollipops on there, man. We got everything laid out. We're just going to go on the running pause, get it assembled, make it nice for the people. See you in a minute. And jokers. Well, I say, goddamn. Sometimes I amaze myself. That looks great. These tuners are like not to be messed with, man. Not to be messed with. They're like solid tuners. One thing I will say, look at that. Oh my God. I was looking at this. I was like, this is mine. One thing I'll say though, Goto, these screws are garbage. Hey man, somebody in QC, man, screw these into a headstock and then try to unscrew them in there. Screw them in there. They'll disintegrate with your screwdriver. They're terrible, terrible. I like to finish them off with my own screws, man. I did like half, and I was like, you know what? I'm not using these for this. You know, you can't really tell the difference, but they're all chipped up, man. I had one that was real jacked off. I don't know what I did with it, but listen to me. You get a set of Goto from Japan, labeled like this. Do not use these screws. Use your own screws, man. Beautiful tuner though. Anyway, a little bit of mineral oil on here. Butcher's wax on the whole job. I was thinking about putting it together. I got this guy off the stick. You know what I mean? Tape off. Everything came out nice and sheeny. Like I liked. I was like knocking up the electronics a little bit, and I thought about it. So I'm gonna have to put this guy. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Everything depends on it being assembled. To, you know, the electronics and the pick guard and all that. It's got to be there. I want to put the neck on first, and then we're gonna do the electronics. I don't want the electronics flapping around and I can't screw them down, you know what I'm saying? And I gotta manhandle it to attach the neck. So that's what we're gonna do. Got the drill all ready. Got my old NARC plate ready. Screws all ready. Hopefully these screws, these are made in USA supposedly. The plate was pressed in Canada. Made in USA, up to Canada, back to USA. Left coast, east coast, right coast. I'll put you on pause, and when we're connected, we'll connect with each other. We'll reconnect then. We'll do lunch. Reach out and touch someone. Look at that. We are family. It's all ready to go, man. Go so fast. You were once a little boy and now you're a man. Let's do the pick guard test here. Oh, we are not fooling ourselves. That is gorgeous. So now we can start our electronic assembly, right? What happened to my little boy? All right, let's get this guy soldered up. Nice. Soldering job, and I got this old. You remember this window seal? There's a pair of window seal from Home Depot. This is back when we were doing the Jazz Master. I was gonna use, you know, I cut strips here, and I was gonna use it. Oh, you bad boy, you impetuous boy. Listen to me. I found this in the archive, which is a little bit thinner and seems a little bit more durable. I think I picked this out of a trash of a neighbor one time, and I just located it. So I think I'm going to use this. A little bit, you know what I mean, a little sturdier. And this stuff, you know what I mean. This I can use to wipe my face. Peace.
We're all soldered up, and we're able to like sort of mock ourselves out. You know what I mean? And it looks great. Looks great, great. So now we got two more things to do before we get like, you know what I mean, totally like in the final stages. Now the first thing, there's like a little screw in the middle of the pick guards in these 66s and the earlier 60s jazz basses. Don't know why they did it, but it requires a countersink. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna eyeball it out and actually put a piece of wood behind it. You know what I mean? Bring it over to the press, get a nice countersink bit. And also we need to dig this guy out. You know what I mean? A little bit of hole right there, so we already see where he goes. So we're gonna do those two things, and then we're gonna screw everything down because we're all ready to go. And once we're screwed up, then we can get this guy on. You know, we got this big piece of, you know what I mean, ground sticking on out, so we're well on our weight. So let's treat this pick guard and get it all screwed up. Down, man. All screwed down, man. We got the bridge out of his little package. Take a look at these screws that it came with, man. They're not bad. Nice chrome screws. We're gonna go with them 5 beautiful screws. We're gonna trust in somebody for once. Now you're gonna want to line this guy up. You're gonna want to look at pictures and reference stuff. You know what I mean? Make sure that you know what I mean. You're gonna want to go right where the groove. You know what I mean? Basically, you know what I mean. I'm being real dumb right now for you all, but you know what I'm saying. You're also gonna want to use this. You know what I mean? This is the time to take it out of its package. Now, I'm gonna get something on film that's never been filmed before. This is a special Partscaster ritual called Fenderizing your tribute. This is a Fender part made right here in the USA. Inside that package is Fender air, man. This is air from Fender, man. That's real Fender air. And I like Fender, man. They're good sports. They make all kinds of parts for us Partscasters to Partscast with. You know what I mean? And they make them better than anybody else. Because you know why? Because they're Fender. So I'm going to show you a special ritual, right? That's never been filmed before on the internet. I just want to get this thing here. Because I'm not very good at the filming process, you know what I'm saying? But I want to get it on tape, man, because it's never been captured before, man. So this is what the tribute people do, man, to sort of get the spirit, the Fender, the real spirit from the Fender factory, man. I want to say the blessing. This is the first time it's ever been said. The blessing over a Fender air. Oh, the air. Oh, air. Bring it air. We anoint you. Fender tribute guitar. Oh, that air. Hallelujah. Amen. So that's about right. You know, you want to totally cover up that pickup. And don't tell anybody that I told you about that little prayer. I don't want to get kicked out of the Partscasting church. Peace. So we got that bridge on. Looks good. Even. Dope-aesthetical. So let's put some strings on here, man. A couple years ago I made 2 precision bass when I was in this band. I needed a bass, so I bought some stuff and I built 2 precision basses because I thought it was a cool performance bass. And I ended up with an extra set of strings. So, looks like they're new. I'm going to put them on here. I'm going to put you on pause. I'm going to come back in 1 hot second. There we go, man. Got the strings on it. Let these guys a little slack. Still got a couple little components floating around here. So we got this guy. Found a nice screw for him. Where am I going? Hey man, look at my screw. You're not enjoying the screw, man. There we go. See that? Looks better than the one that came with it. Bigger head. Oh, terrible, man. Oh, so we're gonna put this guy on. You know what I mean? Put him down. What's this here? Strap buttons. Let's put the strap buttons on too. We'll come back and see if, well, why are you focusing, man? You've been bad. See you in a minute. Man, it's all tuned up, man, and already, man, I played it a little bit. It's fucking killer bass, man. Where are you, bass Mark? I wish you were here. So I'm going to kind of do like a mini glam shots for you, bass Mark, because I know that a lot of bass players be like, all right, now it's time to stop, man. Nothing else, man. We don't need no shields on there. We don't need no thumb rests on there. This is it, man. It's all we need to see, man. We don't want anything else on there. We don't use that stuff. We don't like it. We want you to take it off. So here's your little glam shot, man. One time in a lifetime, because 13 seconds after I'm turning off this video camera, I'm getting the drill out, man. So here's your mini glam shots, man. That's it, man. So you like it, man? That's what a lot of bass players would really like to have right there, man. You know what I'm saying? Unfettered by any other kind of stuff on there. But I'm a fetterer, man, so let's put them on there. I got this from the Fender line. And I got this old girl here, newbie here, and I got old thumbkin. So let's put them on there and give you real glam shots. Just the way it should be, man. Just the way it should be. Have you ever really loved a beautiful guitar? You know what I'm saying? Have you ever felt a beautiful guitar and just known it was a beautiful guitar, man? Just that first strum. You know what I'm saying? I had to ditch that, I don't know, what was it, 90, 95, whatever that E string was. I got a nice 110 on there. Rattles the house through that Black Widow PV, bro. Everything's shaking. Love it. Love it, man. This guitar is sweet, man. It really is. You know what I'm saying? It's like it's a beautiful instrument. You know, not only is it a beautiful instrument, you know what I mean, but it plays beautifully. You know what I'm saying? It's like got the combination of like sleekness and sound. And it's solid too, man. It's not top heavy at all. I was thinking, you know what I mean, with the light body made out of, you know, cork, you know what I mean, it was gonna be, you know what I mean, flapping around like, you know what I mean, a railroad track crossing thing. But it's good, man. It's really, really, you know what I'm saying? It's okay, man. It's the copacetic, man. It's correct. It sounds correct. You know what I'm saying? So, it's time for the tickling, man. I told you, you know what I mean, it sounds good. You know what I mean? I got a big mouth. I say a lot of stuff, man. A lot of it's not necessarily true. So let's take a look, man. Then we can truly say, peace be with you. Look after yourself. Peace be with you. Look after yourself. Look after yourself. Look after yourself. Here we go, man. This is the longest running video journal ever. We're going on 6 months. 6 months since I ordered these parts, people. The reason really is because of the neck, man. I ordered these parts in October, and because the neck was a special order from an old friend of me, I had to negotiate the price. And then he didn't get it in the mail until like a week before Christmas. It got lost in the Christmas rush. By the time they found it, like China was on lockdown from the coronavirus. You know, at that point we had no idea what it was going to be like it is. You know what I'm saying? By the time I seriously got working on it and got it in my hands, you know what I mean? I just like, you know, was in a different frame of mind, you know? So I just took it lightly, you know? Day by day on this guy, you know? Went outside and I mended a fence, planted a garden, you know? Planted a couple seeds, you know? Peace be with you, man. Take care of yourself. Times of trouble, people. You know what I'm saying? Wait on that, you know, the breath of fresh air. It's coming, man. It's not all shit, man. When the sun beats down, burns the tar upon the roof, and you almost wish your tired feet were fireproof. Under the boardwalk, down by the sea, yeah, on a ride with my baby, that's where I'll be. Wash your hands. Peace be with you. Love one another, man. Love you guys, man.
Be good.